Good Sunday afternoon. It's First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams here on Atlanta News First Plus. Thanks for spending a few more minutes with us on this brutally cold Sunday. We can be thankful for sunshine. That's some good news, but we're still kind of digging out of the snow in East Georgia, Metro Atlanta. We saw some snowflakes and flurries, but as we know, we did not get much of any accumulation in the city. But North and East Georgia definitely saw quite a bit, and I'm going to go over some snow totals over into the Carolinas as well because they got even more snow than we did in Georgia. The power of moisture and cold air certainly making its presence known. So this is a rough estimate. This is not exact by any means, but so this kind of shows where snow fell yesterday in Georgia. Obviously, we had a decent stripe of snow through most of Gwinnett County, down through Walton County, Greene, Oglethorpe counties, Morgan County, Madison County. Again, everything east of I-75. We did have some persistent snow showers west of I-75 in Douglas and Carroll counties, but there was a lot of wind and not seeing too much accumulation over there, but we did see some snowier showers over into Douglasville and Villa Rica there for a little while yesterday. And again, we did see some flurries in the city. Off to the east, though, we had anywhere between 6 and 16 inches of snow in the Carolinas. And notice there was a little bullseye just north and east of Wilmington. That's a coastal city in southeastern North Carolina. And then, of course, the Outer Banks got a bit of snow as well. So that's what we kind of looked at for overall snow totals. This is over the past 2 days. East Tennessee, Smokies got another round of decent snow too, and we were mostly just unfortunate in Atlanta. I know we had the higher snow totals east of the city all along, but some models right at the last minute kind of trended a little snowier for us, and unfortunately for snow lovers anyway, we didn't quite get the snow to stick in Atlanta. Winds this morning, 19 miles per hour, sustained number. That's better than yesterday, although it is still pretty blustery out there. The gust up to 26 in Atlanta and 21 degrees up in Rome. 21 miles per hour, I should say. 21 mile per hour winds in Athens as well. Running down a quick list of the wind gusts from yesterday. So we had up to 55 mile per hour winds at the airport. So I mentioned last hour where the winds did unofficially gusts to 60 plus, but the Weather Service went back and did some quality control on the data and have ruled that those 60 mile per hour gusts were a little unreasonable. So 55 mile per hour winds were the official numbers at the airport. 52 at the Fulton County Airport, Peachtree City, 51 mile per hour winds there, and again 40 to 50 gusts were very common yesterday. I want to talk to you about a little cool nugget. So our weather satellites can see all kinds of different things. And in this case, this is the visible satellite. So visible satellite is only able to be used during the day because basically we're kind of looking at the thickness of the cloud coverage. So this tool, as for us as meteorologists, is really good when we're looking at is the clouds super thin? Are we looking at thunderstorm clouds? Are we looking at just kind of a gray stratus cloud, dreary sort of day? And then notice the absence of anything over most of Georgia in the satellite picture, and that's because we have no clouds in the sky. You can see right to the ground. So with that in mind, we can see the snow cover in northeast Georgia and the Carolinas from the satellite picture from many, many miles above us. So this is a really cool tool that we can use. This is just one band of satellite. A different one would show cloud temperature. And if I showed you that one, you would be able to see basically the satellite thinking that there was clouds there, but there's actually not. But so I chose to show you this visible satellite picture because, again, it clearly shows the white on the ground, and notice it's not moving, so you can clearly see that that's where the snow was. Now, obviously, over Atlanta, we don't have any white near us because we have no snow on the ground here, but over in and around Athens, near the Georgia-South Carolina border, the upstate of South Carolina through Columbia, and definitely over into North Carolina. Charlotte got hammered with snow yesterday. Raleigh got some snow, not as much as Charlotte, and And then over toward the eastern part of North Carolina, you can see a lot of white there, but that's not cloud coverage. That is snow cover. And again, satellite, a great tool to use, not just with cloud forecasting and showing you where the clouds are, but we can definitely also show you some other cool benefits of having weather satellites above us and showing us that snow cover. So I just wanted to bring that little nerdy detail to all of our viewers this morning. Back to the cold. 16 degrees. The low temperature this morning was 20 degrees from where we should be in early February. And last hour I mentioned this is one of the coldest starts to the month of February in Atlanta that we have seen in 25 years at least. Extreme cold warning expires, thankfully, at the top of the hour at 1 p.m. It is still going to be cold, but this is only issued when the wind chill and the cold is considered super dangerous. Obviously, we still don't recommend people to be outside for extended periods of time. If nothing else, it's uncomfortable. And, you know, I'm a cold weather lover, yes, but it does get to a point where it gets to be a little bit too brutal to be outside. So the bitter cold does stick around for the rest of the day. We have about 5.5 more hours of daylight, and then it's going to get cold again before we get to tonight. We are trending milder next week, though. Temperatures will be near 60 degrees next week. I'll show you that in the 7-day. We're not there, nowhere close to that now. We're up to 28 in Atlanta, 29 in Covington. We have made it to freezing in Thomaston and Eatonton, so that's some good news. But, of course, the feels-like temperature continues to be brutal, 15 degrees in Atlanta, and this is expected. We are not really expecting the wind chill to get not just above freezing, but we're really not expecting it to get out of the 20s for most of us. And you can see it's still in the teens and low teens, in fact, in some parts of the area. The rest of the day, temperature should be up near 35 degrees at 3 o'clock, dropping off into the 20s again. Overnight, we've got a range of numbers for you this evening, anywhere from the single digits in the mountains to lower and middle 20s. This is going to be the last pipe dripping cold sort of night. So again, we've had like 3 nights in a row where it's been pretty cold. After tonight, we're going to see some chilly nights and some cold-ish nights next week, but it's not going to be to the level that we're seeing this evening and what we have seen over the weekend. 50 degrees tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. Warmer weather is the story, and with the warmer weather does come rain. But with warmer weather, we have no threat of wintry precip this week. But we do see some steadier showers pushing in just after dinner time on Tuesday. I think we'll have a decent shot at some rain Tuesday night. I think most of the dinner plans are fine, but after about 8 o'clock, some rain starts to push in. This is not going to be, I think, incredibly heavy, but maybe we get 1/4 of an inch of rain, maybe a 1/2 inch if we're lucky. That does continue into Wednesday morning. I don't expect a washout commute at this point, but if things trend wetter or more widespread, we'll be bringing you the very latest here on ANF Plus, and this evening with Anthony and JD, they'll have the latest, of course, tonight as newer models come in. But notice after today and tonight, we have more bearable temperatures and bearable weather. We have no big bad weather systems coming up anytime soon. This is going to be just plain rain Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, and then every other day next week, including at least a first peak of next weekend, is looking dry. We've had a very rough stretch of weather the past 4 weeks here. Every weekend we've had something going on with the weather, but at least next Saturday for now is looking dry, with temperatures next Tuesday and next Friday pushing into the upper 50s to near 60. I do think some spots in North Georgia will see 60 degrees, maybe multiple days next week. So that's some welcome relief if you are tired of the cold. But again, we are in the heart of winter still. We just started a February, which can traditionally get quite cold around here. So we'll continue to see how things shape up throughout the month. Right here on ANF Plus, we'll keep you posted. And we'll, of course, have more coming up this evening. You can always get the latest forecasts also online on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. And, of course, we are back at 5 p.m. this evening for the very latest on television. And I mentioned earlier, but we just pushed out a fresh video update inside our First Alert weather app with all you need to know regarding this cold and how it is finally about to come to an end, with rain chances ticking up into next week.